Hello, guys. Talise here. Hope you're doing great. Today we have our renowned personality, which is Ahmed Shakur, and
Charkaoui.
he is. Your last word is very hard to spell. However, so I just learned so much from him, and also learning from him, especially regarding the community, and I also inspired regarding the community he is running, and he's trying to run the community in a way which is realistic. Okay, so not, I haven't seen much like a screenshots of sales or something like that, but the real problem the community is solving. And I also find out that communities are really great to grow. So that's why I just ask Ahmed to share the secrets and what he learned and why he running the communities. And he has a special community at his school, which is War Amazon War Room, and so I'm learning from there so much, and I also want that you also know about it. So thank you so much, Ahmed, for coming here, and yeah, please do let us know more about your background and how
Mhm.
you arrive in Amazon side and why you started community and why what are the benefits overall, and we will go from there. Thank you.
Hey, Jalis, thank you very much for inviting me. I really appreciate that. And a bit about myself. So, I'm a seven-figure Amazon seller. Started selling on Amazon 2021. Before I used to do all kind of jobs like lorry driver. For who doesn't know what is lorry, because it's a very British word. Truck drivers, the big toys. Before I had management jobs. I used to work for Amazon in UK, H&M, and all sort of other companies. Before becoming a truck driver, I said, I used to work as a manager for H&M, and I said, I have no time. Like, I really want my own business. I have no time. I need to find something which gives me a bit more freedom. This is what I thought about trucking, when it comes to trucking. And the money in, at least in the UK, um, the money for truck drivers is way above most of the management jobs. And I said, I'm gonna become a lorry driver, and that will give me more money and more time to learn about businesses. I became a truck driver after a few years of driving trucks and learning about online businesses. I remember one day I was looking for online businesses idea on YouTube, and I came across online arbitrage. This is how everything started. Uh, until then, I believed that the only way to sell on Amazon is private label. I didn't know online arbitrage, wholesale, and any of this. I came across few channels which were teaching online arbitrage. I said, "Oh, wow, that looks quite easy. Like, you don't need big investments." I've studied maybe for a year. I was driving trucks and learning about online arbitrage. I was listening. This is how I learned Amazon, not home. And I started in 2021. After I started looking for communities, because I always believe that being part of a community is very, very powerful, very important. I found some communities. I was very, very active. People started knowing me. People started asking questions and tagging me. So I was growing in the community, in the Amazon space as a name. And maybe after 2 years of running my Amazon business, I started my own community, and it got now to be one of the most successful communities in the UK and Europe. I'm talking about the Facebook community. You just mentioned my school community, but now I'm referring to the Facebook community, and it's a great success. It's very hard, very challenging, lots of challenges when you have a free Facebook community, but it's important. It's important because this is how you get to know people. You get to ask questions, get answers. You see different questions, you see the answers, and you learn. Because in e-commerce, yeah, not only Amazon, in e-commerce, but actually in anything in life, we need answers. We need knowledge. Without this, you'll be left behind. Correct. So this is why I always believe this is so important. Um, Now I'm selling in the United States. I sold in Australia, Canada, UK, Germany, and now I'm focusing on USA, biggest market. Lots of challenges, of course, but it's the biggest market. Going back to the school community, yeah, we have a paid community, which of course is not as big as the Facebook community, but I think I highlighted in short, I highlight the benefits of being part of community, like always having support from others. I'm not sure if I'm missing something. You have any more specific questions, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you can continue. I am listening, and we are taking it like a story. You started from a lorry driver,
Yeah.
and you started a community where you are helping sellers, uh, and they are having the stock in the lorries, which you started driving way before.
Yes.
So yeah, it's great. So um, uh, we will going to know about that. Uh, the community side, that how you find out that I have to create a community. There are so many communities already, then
Yeah.
why you started it?
I wanted to have my own community. So I was part of, at that time, was the most successful community in the UK and Europe. And people starting, everyone was tagging me. Like they were posting a question, they were tagging me, but it was not my own community, right? And it was not really nice for the owner of the community, because he must be the leader. And imagine you in your own house, everyone is just talking about someone else. It's not nice. Um, So I said, okay, it's time to create my own community. And I've seen many people creating communities, starting a community and giving up. It takes so much time. It takes so much time. Um, like you have to sacrifice everything. If you really want a big community to be like a really great community, you have to sacrifice a lot. On the Facebook group, I slowed down a little bit. It's still active, but personally, I slowed down because I'm focusing more on the paid community, right? People who are paying to join the paid community deserve more of my time, or Thomas Parkinson time. Yeah. So just to mention here, the school community is not only mine. Me and Thomas Parkinson, we both created this community, and we are focusing more on the private one. And it's better on the private one because you know who's joining the community. Unlike on the free Facebook community, where anyone can join. I don't have restrictions. Of course, I'm banning, suspending people who doesn't respect the rules. But when it's private, smaller, it's different. Everyone feels a bit more like a family, or it's better. Yes.
Yeah. And the community part, you started out because you are solving so many people problems that they are tagging you, and it's not nice.
Yeah.
Seems
Yeah.
not nice for in another group, and you feel uncomfortable. So you find out that there are so many stuff I want to share, but I'm unable to share it freely or something like that. So I started a community in which I can address the specific audience to solve their issues. So how it all started, and what is a most important benefit you find out for the audiences or the people regarding the community in general at first, why people have to build communities? Because I have a really great experience, and I would say that the 80% or even 90% the work I get is from community, and even the learning I get is from community. And I, because I really like to help others as well while I'm solving my issues, and even I really solved so many mine issues while solving others problems. I can give an example as well, but later on. So I would like to ask that what are the general benefits you find out that people should create the community instead of working in isolation or something like that?
Just to make sure I understood the question, what are the main benefits for myself as a group owner or
uh, Here I'm asking for the audience,
for the audience?
the members of the community, free or bad, we are not
Yeah.
going into it. We are asking the general benefits and why people have to join the community and even rate the communities as well.
First of all, for the knowledge. If you go to the active communities, you'll see that whenever something bad happens, someone gets an IP, someone finds out about a new regulation which is going to take place soon, and you need to do something about that. People are getting Section 3, people are, whatever they might go through, they are sharing, and this way you learn, you want knowledge, right? And it's so easy to get knowledge being part of community. Otherwise, you will have to think about those issues and go and find the answers. You have to go to Google, Amazon Seller Forum. In the end, that is community itself. Um, I think the most important thing, the biggest, the like, the most beneficial thing is the knowledge. The fact that you get access to knowledge. And networking, like, always been a beneficial thing. Networking, right? You met me through a community, right? If it wasn't for you to join the Facebook group, you wouldn't know me, I wouldn't know you. And like, I'm the owner of two communities. Yeah, one which is only mine and one which is with Thomas Parkinson. And I ask so many questions and I get so many answers. I never had to deal with Section 3 myself, but I know so many things about Section 3. Why? Because people have shared in the community. And that's so important, right? It's so important because we run a business on Amazon, so you need to be up to date with all the informations. Or there are new regulations regarding bundling or whatever it might be. Without knowing about all these upcoming regulations, you wouldn't be aware, and you might do a mistake which could be avoided if you were part of a community. That's in short, the
Yeah, in short,
benefits.
I
Yeah.
can say that a smart person learn from his experience, and a wise person learn from others experience, and the community is providing these stuff.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you, and if you know the thing beforehand, like section 3 can come if I do this, or this violation arrive, then you can avoid these steps which you might going to take, because you're not the part of a community where these things are shared. So that's the really life-saving stuff, and it helped
Yeah.
to grow your business yourself in exponential way. So yeah, that's the thing. So here we just ask about the general benefits. Then regarding the Amazon side as well, we discussed it. But can you please also let me know that why people should be in a paid community instead of just a free community as well? Because I know the dynamics of as well, but I'm asking the what the are they going to get the real benefit and the real boost in their business, or just like a same thing which is just a paid tag? So what you would see that in why people should be in a paid communities as well part of a free one?
I assume that being part of a paid community, I assume that you'll get um, more support than from a free community. I don't really have a great experience with paid communities. Only like been in two paid communities, which were great. Both these communities had free Facebook groups, but there were more knowledge, more support, more one-on-one support in the paid groups, in their paid groups. So yeah, I think this is how it should be, at least. Paid community, more support. Free, less support. And people many times are creating free communities now in school, for example, and not only, like everywhere. They are creating a free community, they are growing that, and then they are monetizing that. They might create a paid community, and from the free community they are sending, promoting the paid community, so they have an audience, because in the end, what is a community? It's an audience, the free ones, right? um, so you have your audience, you just need now to promote your paid community so people can join. uh, I hope this answers your question. Yes.
Yeah, I got it. What do you mean is that if you want a personalized support or something one-to-one like session, when you think that you are unable to get your answers from the less support or the free ones, because the free one is like that everyone is sharing the thing and you have to find out your own stuff, you have to customize things. But in the paid one, what's happening is that the person who is owning the community and running the community is responsible as well to help you on a personalized level. So if you want that type of support, because that person is giving his time and effort to you in a personalized way, so that's why it's logical and it's right to charge on it. And if there is a random or a mix of knowledge where you have to pick and choose yours and solve
Exactly.
your issues, so then it's fine to be there. So I get your point in a way. Do
I would
correct
like
me.
to add one more thing which
Yeah.
I missed. So regarding the paid community, look at the one that you are a member of, right? On the school. You have, I will mention only one thing, the live sessions, correct? So Thomas Parkinson, for example, is charging $500 for anyone who would like to have one-on-one training with him. Any discussion, 1 hour on Zoom, $500. And he's getting clients, right? But in the paid community, he's coming live, right? And that's included in the membership. He's not gonna do like, yeah, he might do with me. We do live sessions because we friends, we work together or whatever. But someone, a stranger, will come. Oh, let's have a Zoom meeting, or who are you? Yeah, be part of my community, or you have to pay me, or whatever. And this is cheaper. Like you want to get access to one-on-one training or people who are ahead of you, that's a easy way to get access to that by being part of a private, paid private community.
Yeah, yeah, that's the point. The networking with the valuables get shortened, you can say, at the distance get shortened. And you
Yes.
also going to get that live session which is costing you 10 times the cost of the community, because the system is working on the economy of scale.
Yes.
So he is getting the worth of his time, the 1 hour or 2 hours worth, in economic scale stuff. So yeah, I know that we do have a one-on-one sessions in a group, and we are able to talk with them. So this is really the economic scale is working here. That's why it is feasible to have this one. So I just want to go to the last one as well, and we will try to have another one on other specific as well topic, and get more questions after that from the audience. However, can you please also let me know that what are the most effective ways person should utilize the community in? So anyone can be a member of a community, but we know that not everyone getting the benefit to the level they should be getting. So what steps or the stuff you recommend that they should take to get the most out of benefit, even it's paid or it's free or whatever? So yeah, what your advice in there?
Be active, be very active. This is what I've always done, either in my communities or in other people communities. I've always been active. What I mean by that is asking loads of questions, loads. Even if I knew the answer, but like I knew like 80% or 90%, I would still ask. Even if it's, I never had the issue of, oh, maybe it's a dumb question. People are gonna laugh or people are gonna judge. I never thought about that. Maybe if it was face to face, like a real community where you physically you are there, maybe you might have this thought. But being online, come on, no time for that. It's online. They're judging a laptop basically or whatever. They can't see you. So ask questions. This is what I was always doing. Ask questions. Another benefit is when you ask questions, people will start knowing you. People are going to start um, trusting you, and from there many things can happen. And I've been through so many crazy experiences just because I was known in the community. I've been invited different places, different countries, different companies. I did promotions, and in the end, you get paid, you get all sorts of benefits. Yeah, it's very important to be active and you stay up to date. If you ask the question, you get the answer, you stay up to date. And for example, if you are known to the community and you ask a question, just because you are known, people are going to answer you. But if you are no one and you ask a question, you might find one, two to answer the question, but that's it. And I remember once, it would always stay in my mind. I remember once someone who never posted in the group, or at least never seen him posting in the Facebook group. He asked a question and no one replied to him. Personally, I didn't see the question because otherwise I'll reply. And then I made the post, I asked questions, and you got like dozens and dozens of replies. And I remember he said something like, "Oh, he said something like, I don't know, maybe a sort of racism or something. Oh, why everyone is answering to you just because you are admin and not to me." I didn't know exactly what to answer, but someone, a member of the community, said something very smart. He said, "Look, we don't know you. No one ever heard about you. You never brought any benefit to the community, and you expect everyone now to jump and answer the same way people are answering to Ahmed. Ahmed is always here, being involved in the community, helping people. So that's how it works." And that was very smart because I didn't think about that. Um, so yeah, being active brings um, all sort of benefits. And everything is common sense. Like you don't need to study a book to know what are the benefits of being active in a community, right? You don't need, like, common sense. You're active, you're helping people, everything is going to go back to you in some way.
Yeah, being active is the real key. And also you mentioned that give more and you are also getting more as well. So there, these are the two key points you mentioned. And also if you want to go for places and being invited for the dinners and have a cool life as well, so do engage in the community. Someone is gonna to say that, yeah, you are in my country, let's have a dinner, and you have a
Yes.
free lunch dinner
Yeah, it
as well.
happens a lot. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And have fun. You also going to make friends, and even you can get so much work, as you mentioned that you are invited in the companies, and you might also going to get the work as well. So this is not just about being a part of the community, but if you're going to engage, lots of benefits you are going to get. And
Yeah.
yeah, and um, uh, I am the witness of it. Yeah, you are saying the right thing. It really works. And yeah, so with this, we just want to conclude this great session with you. And I learn a lot, and I'm also going to engage more in the community as well to have some lunch.
Yes, and what is,
and
I will add one
and have,
advice here.
yep.
Um, and again, I never studied how to do marketing. I never studied how to create communities. Everything comes naturally, which is great. As I think I mentioned this earlier, that I've seen many people who started communities and they gave up because it's hard and it's not for everyone. But because it comes naturally, for me it's easier. But it's not easy, it's just easier than others. What is very important when you are part of a community, and many people don't understand this, is You need to speak the language of the community. You need to make everything easy. If you come with all sort of complicated things, or maybe you are super mega educated person and very, AI in your brain, it's AI and all this, um, it's not gonna work. Yeah, you need to create connection, and the best way to connect connections is you to be at the same level with people. But what I mean that is, like, you need to speak the language of the people who you are engaging with. Okay, if you stay on a mountain and people are somewhere down the hill, it's not gonna be that connection. And I have so many examples, and I don't want to go into details because I think I make my point here. Whoever wants, like, maybe someone's watching this video, say, okay, there are benefits being active in a community. um, just keep it simple and speak the language of the people you are engaging with, so people can understand you. Not everyone is intelligent, not everyone is smart like you or whatever. Keep it simple and human, very very human, because this is what people want. Like, when they speak with someone, they want to they feel great when they speak with someone who's, very similar. Maybe you are, and you somehow have to fake it. Maybe the way naturally you speak is very, like, here in the UK we say posh, like very extra educated, like a specific way of talking. Like, when someone hears you, oh, this guy is super mega educated. Yeah, you can tell by the way someone speaks, right? Look, for example, at Thomas Parkinson and look at me. We are very different. He's very mega educated, the way he speaks, everything. But I, while he has an audience, I have a bigger audience, and I have a bigger, like, I want to make sure people understand. Like, people are connecting with me more. Yeah, because I speak the language of the majority, right? They know there is not a mask there. It's just, oh, Ahmed is like, I feel like he's one of us. I hope it makes sense. I'm not really great at displaying things, but I hope it makes sense.
Yeah, you are right. I got it. Uh, Speak in a way that is understandable
Yes,
to
and
the
create a
person to
connection.
whom you're speaking with.
Yes, and
Yeah.
if you are active in the community, you'll get to know the type of people. Of course, if you go into a community with only the highest educated people in the world, of course you're gonna speak like them, which means very educated, like a robot. This is how I like to say it. But it's very important to know the community, how they are the majority. Of course, not everyone is the same, but the majority. And only by being active, you get to know what it works.
I got it. So we have to speak in a way or communicate in a community in a way that the other person is understanding the solution you are providing him or her. So there's the key of have a connection and also getting the problem solved. Even though what you are doing so much hard work to get the problem solved, but if another person is unable to understand, you are not solving their issue. So yeah, I got that. Keep it simple. it's
Yes,
it's
I
the
think
way
people
to
like
go.
simplicity. Most of the people, I think 99.99% like simplicity.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But sometimes it happens is that we solve a problem in a complex ground, so we understand the problem on a complex ground, or even there is something, a question arising right now in my mind is that if you are solving a problem, a technical problem you are solving, and you also want the community to use that solution because it help you a lot to scale your stuff. So how you're going to explain them the technical or somewhat complex solutions so they can also adopt it and boost their business as well in a simple way, how we can help them.
Wow, what a question. um, Wow, you put me on a spot here. Um, just just give the solution, like, this how it works. Explain it in the easiest way possible. Personally, when I explain something, I explain it very simple, because this is the way I speak anyway. um, in the end, you need to do your best. Like, okay, you want to help someone, just do it in the best way possible. You can do it, like, in your best way possible. It's not working, it's fine, but just explain as simple as possible. See if people understand. Another thing that I do is, after I explain something to someone, I ask, if you have any issues, let me know, so I'll explain again. Okay. But again, for me, it's easy because I'm a simple person. I keep everything simple. I don't overcomplicate it. If someone doesn't understand, it's either me, I didn't speak a proper English, or that person have zero knowledge about the subject. And this is why I always encourage people, ask again, no problem. Ask again. If you are in our private community, then I'm explaining something and you still don't get it, we have the live sessions where, share screens and things like this. Um, and I even I had a member last week. She even posted in the private community. She said, "Oh, I appreciate you, Ahmed. You jump on a live call with me and you explain me, because I explained her. Um, she didn't get it, then I said, okay, let's jump on a Zoom call and I will just share my screen. So I just found another way to explain that thing. And she got it. She understood it.
That's the point. I think that if you're explaining a technical or complex stuff and in the community, and from the ground levels or in technical terms, and you do use them, but sometimes happen is that community is unable to understand. You can tell them, if you're unable to understand, it's right, ask ask me. So there's a question series arise. However, if someone is unable to understand, we can ask them to get on a video call, and then we can have the explanation there. And I think so what the person can do is that they can record that session when they are
Yes.
explaining them. In this way, uh, because they are talking in a simple words, the uh, uh, people say that the most personal is the most universal as well. The personal is the universal as well. So if the problem someone is getting might be many others also. So if you record it, then we can publish it in the same post or a new post, so people can get the idea. That's the question I'm asking, and here is the explanation of it. So that's the key we can use here to explain something which is complex in that way. So I got this thing from you right now, and thank you so much for educating me in this regard. It's a good way to do it. So yep, I think so. I learned a lot from you, and there is so much as well. But I appreciate your presence right now, and thank you so much. And if you have any words for the people in the audience you want to share, and there are so many people also saying you salam and hi. So many greetings you are getting right now from various platforms. So hi to
I
all and
salute all
salam
of them.
to
Yeah.
all of them.
Alaikum salam.
And yeah, if anything else you want to share as well in laws, please do.
Yes, I would love. Where is the audience majority from? Pakistan? I think you are muted. Sorry.
Yeah, can you please rephrase your question?
Where is the audience from? Like, the ones that are active now?
Platform,
Yeah. Audience. They are mainly from
it's in
Pakistan?
yeah, from
Okay.
Pakistan, and also some people live abroad, so
Yeah.
they can
They
be from
are
here as well. UK and USA,
service
major
service
majorly.
providers. So actually,
Yep,
no. For the service providers,
and
I have an advice.
sellers as well. Yep.
And sellers, yeah. So for the sellers, for the service providers, because I'm not sure if you know, but I had a VA academy before, so I trained loads of people from Pakistan, from the Philippines. I'm talking about thousands, and I got to understand. And being active, being an owner of communities, I got to understand many things. When it comes to the service providers, my advice is always like if you provide service any service to foreigners, so people who are not local from your own country, who doesn't know your culture, doesn't know your religion, doesn't know whatever it might be, always make sure you just get rid of everything about you and speak the language of the client. Many people are making the mistake. I'm sure you've seen this because you always been a very professional, but I'm sure you've seen other people, and I spoke a lot in my Facebook group about this. There are people who, like, they really don't know how to promote themselves. Like, they come on English community or European community, and they bring their own culture, their own religion. For example, I will be straightforward here. People from Pakistan, for example, some people from Pakistan, VAs who doesn't have education or whatever it might be, no one trained them well. They come in a foreigner communities and they start with Assalamu alaikum. I'm a professional virtual assistant. Boom. Like, you can't do this. I'm Muslim myself, alhamdulillah, but look, you want to promote yourself to people who don't know anything about your religion. Like, they'll be, what is assalamu alaikum? Like, maybe people knows because this is quite common, but like, you go to, like, myself now going to an interview here in the UK and start saying things from my own culture or my on my own language, like, doesn't make sense. Yeah. Or you go dressed in whatever clothes which doesn't doesn't fit the environment. So it's very important, if you provide a service, understand your audience or your type of client and speak their own language. Yeah, so if your potential client is from the UK, you will just say hello or hi, how are you. You're not gonna speak. Don't bring your culture, don't bring your own stuff. It's not gonna work. And this is why, just in case many people are wondering why Filipinos are number one, like why everyone in the Facebook groups are looking for Filipinos first, right? Is because they know how to do this. Um, they know how to speak the language of the clients better, right? Of course, here I'm not talking about like all people, all service providers from Pakistan are doing this. No, don't get me wrong. Um, you are an example, and many others I know are example, like very professional, but many kids, they just watch few YouTube videos. Oh, I want to be a VA, and they come on these communities and they ruin the name of the good people, which is wrong. And many times I said, guys, you need to you fight against these people. You need to educate them. Yeah, fight. I mean, educate them. And when I had the academy, I I trained hundreds, maybe thousands of people from Pakistan, and they were joining with a one mindset. And then at the end, everyone saying, Ahmed, I swear, if it wasn't for you to know about this, like, to realize, it's not about knowing, it's about realizing, oh, what we're doing is wrong. What we're doing is wrong. We need to change the way we approach people. And that's the best way to get a client. Speak their own language. I hope no one is going to get this in a wrong way. My goal here is to help my brothers and sisters from Pakistan. I have helped many, many people from Pakistan because, people want a job. They have families, they have kids, they have a life, they have dreams. So they need to do something. Actually, someone who Walid Katak, I'm mentioning his name, I think you know him. Yeah, he messaged me a few days ago, but it's not first time. He said, bro, I love you. Like, because of you now, I just got an increase in salary. I learned so much. um, and many others. I can give so many names. Girls from Pakistan, boys from Pakistan who, like, they came with one mindset, then they left with different mindset because I made them. I lived in Europe all my life, so I understand the culture here. I understand the type of people here, and I understand how things works here. And my goal was always was to share, so you guys can have a higher chance to sell your service or get a job or whatever it might be.
Yeah, this is a really great advice, and someone also told me the same thing with dealing the foreign clients. So I am just looking to wrap these things up, but you are opening really interesting rounds as well. One last question I just want to ask,
No
and it
worry,
is
no worry.
very important in this regard. As you mentioned that you are from Europe and you just embedded in their culture, and you know about how things working here and there, because this is the casual stuff and the regular interaction with the culture. However, if someone is remote, most of the time they are interacting with their own culture. So how they can adopt the culture to the level that the client is satisfied and he is okay with it. I mean is that how a remote worker can learn the culture he need to learn because he's not in that environment 24/7. So
Simple,
yeah.
simple. By being active in the Facebook group. Like if you now go to my Facebook group, you'll see the name of the users, right? You'll get, okay, this guy is from Europe, from the UK or America or China. Right? You'll get it, right? And you see how people interact. That's it. It's enough for you to get to understand. Like in my group, if you go, you'll not see the same type of post that you see in other Facebook groups from Pakistan, for example. You have big groups, like over 1 million users. You see the style is different. Yeah, the type of post they're making, the way they interact, things like inbox me, check inbox, those things you're not gonna see in my group or any other European, British, American groups. I challenge anyone to go, and you're not gonna see that. Like anything, check inbox. Someone is asking a question, and you're not gonna see Americans or Europeans check inbox, check inbox, check inbox. No, no, that's very typical to Pakistan. Um, so I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I'm only saying what's the difference between the cultures, right? If you do that in the European communities, you're gonna be kicked out. Okay, so if you go to a foreign community and um, you see, like, you pay attention the way people speaks and the way they post and how they interact, and you don't learn anything, and you bring your own stuff, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's enough for us to we go back to the point we were discussing in the beginning. Be active. Be active. Pay attention to how people interact, and that's it. Like from if I go to a community in Pakistan and I spend 1 day there and I look at the comments, I will get to know, okay, this is how the people interact, so I will be the same like them. If I can make it better, okay, but I will understand. Or I go to a group in China, or I don't know, in whatever it might be, spend some time, see how people interact, and try to be like them.
Yeah, yeah, that's the point. That if you want to learn someone culture, imitate them at the point which you can do this. So if you are, you have to observe that how they are
Yes.
doing the things, and you learn from the, there. If you are remote, go to the places where they are engaging with each other and learn from there how they are doing the things in this way. However, one point I just want to mention that I see some people from the European or something like USA side or something like that. They are also doing something like that. DM, or if you want to know the secret, I have explore weird stuff. Uh, DM me. So they also do that
You'll
type of stuff.
find,
Uh,
yeah, maybe you'll find one too. They're being kicked out.
No, no.
Look,
I see
you'll
people
never be.
doing on
I'm
the
talking about the majority, right? Majority,
okay.
like one, two,
I,
three. Okay, it happens.
yeah. However, might be this has happened because they are people doing the lead generation from it, and they are getting they are looking for a shortcut. If they are um, focus on more value creation, hopefully they can going to create the leads as well. But the main point is that if you're in a community, give more value as you can, and hopefully you are going to get more as well. So yeah, that's the culture part I really learned from you as well, because that's the question I have. And be the person who observe and imitate, and that's how you can learn it. So thank you so much again. I think so I have to conclude right now because there is so much stuff I just want to discuss, and we will plan another session. And it's really great to learn from you, because you're the person who is doing the thing, not just theoretically or bookish stuff. So that's why we have an interesting conversation, the real world stuff we discuss. So thank you so much, Ahmed, for your last advice as well, and hopefully many people are
Welcome.
going to learn from it. And okay, all of you guys, thank you so much for joining as well, and thank you again, Ahmed, for
You're
being
welcome.
here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye.